Hey, this is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. I'm working on some fighting words. But before we go any further, you already know the routine. I need for you to like this video. I need for you to share this video and also subscribe to my channel. So in this video, I want to talk about Anthony Joshua. There's been a lot of news speculating about, him taking step aside money so that Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk could fight and unify. And AJ made it very clear. And AJ is like really maturing, or I don't know, just stepping it up. There was a point in time where AJ would like let Eddie Hearn do all his talking for him. And now he's being more proactive with his career. And that's a really good thing. So he made a video and he was like, that's not true. Nobody has offered me anything. I have not signed anything. I have not been proposed anything. If you do not hear from me, it is not true. And I like that. I like that approach. And I still have really, really, really high hopes for Anthony Joshua. I think he can be the champ I think we all expected him to be, like 5 years ago. I still think he can be that champ. I really do. And he's showing that he's dedicated. I personally think he needs to get his bulk back. But outside of that, he's showing that he's dedicated to the sport. He's seeking new trainers. And that's his reason for the coming to the States, which I think is great. And quite frankly, I favor him against Oleksandr Usyk in the rematch. And I don't think he should let this moment pass him. Because if Anthony Joshua fights Tyson Fury, that's probably the biggest British money-making fight of all time. Simple as that. But let's just say Usyk wins, which it could happen. It's probably like a 40-pound weight difference between the two, Usyk and Tyson Fury. But it could happen. I'm not saying it can't happen. But AJ fighting Fury is what people want to see. AJ and Fury unifying is what people want to see. So I think, number one, I think he can win this fight in the rematch 100%. I think if he would have been more proactive in the first fight, he would have won. And I think if he would have been more proactive, he would have been less timid and would have thrown more than one punch, at a time. He could have won that fight. So it was a very winnable fight. Towards the later rounds, it was a very winnable fight because Usyk has slowed down as well. So I like that Anthony Joshua is taking this approach and just basically saying, that's not true. That is not true. I want this fight. I want to get back in there. I want my belts back. I want to unify with Fury. That's the best way to go. Because I got to be honest with you, I don't think that if Fury gets the belts from Oleksandr Usyk, I'm not 100% sure he sticks around. I mean, what is there to stick around for, to be honest with you? You're a two-time unified champ. What's there to stick around for? Everything that you've set out to accomplish, you've accomplished now twice. What's there to stick around for? Because the fight with Anthony Joshua is not going to be as big if Anthony Joshua doesn't have a strap to bring to the bout. It's not going to be that big. It only means something, and it's only going to generate what it's going to generate if he shows up with a strap, and he shows up with a strap. If he's showing up strapless and as just a regular challenger, it doesn't mean that much. So it really all comes down to Anthony Joshua getting those belts. Having belts in general, that's the goal. That's what we want. That's what we're seeking. But especially for the heavyweight division, especially for Anthony Joshua, who's actually had all those straps at one time. Yeah, you need to get that back. You need to get that back. It's one thing to lose a fight the way he lost to Ruiz in the first, in their first fight. But it's something else to lose in a fight like how he lost with Oleksandr Usyk. Because he could have won the fight. If anything, I think he would have more nightmares with the Usyk fight because it was very much so winnable. And he let it slip through his hands. And I don't think this new Anthony Joshua, who's just going to let it fly in terms of like his attitude and how he feels, and you know, the things that he's saying, and being more direct with us, the consumers. I like this new approach. I like that he's training so hard. I like that he's seeking new trainers. I like that he's seeking to bring to the table a new style of fighting, because he realizes the style of fighting that he brought to the table versus Usyk is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. He needs something else added to his arsenal. Will it be enough? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know if it'll be enough. I mean, quite frankly, I thought he was doing pretty well the first time. So it's just like, if you put honestly, if he stepped up in his volume, and this happens a lot with heavyweights, they do kind of take a dip. But I mean, when you're 250 and, you know, 250 plus or 230 plus, yeah, you're going to get a little tired at like round 5, round 6. You're going to get a little tired. And that's expected, you know. So I understand him wanting to do the cardio thing and wanting to get leaner. But at the same time, don't be so lean to the point where you're not imposing anymore. You know, because now if you don't have that size, now you're kind of more even to each other. So I like the fact that he's getting leaner. I like the fact that, you know, he's not lifting as much weights, or he's not, let me say, he's not as dedicated to the weightlifting as he was to boxing. That's what I'm trying to say. There was a point in time where Anthony Joshua, you go to his Instagram page and you see more of him lifting weights than you saw of him boxing. You know, so that was the problem. That's always been the problem. And now that he seems more dedicated to boxing, that's great. But don't take away from what also got you to the dance. It was your conditioning that also got you to the dance. So I'm not saying totally dispel of that. I'm just saying focus on your craft. You know, make that be a priority. That's what I'm saying. You can box 6 days a week. Do your strength and conditioning 3 days a week. Don't do your strength and conditioning 6 days a week and then you box 4 days a week. Don't do that. That's not smart, and that will not help you in the fight. You know, it'll help you in the opening rounds because you're going to come out like the Terminator. But in the latter rounds where it's all about skill and precision, you know, and who is better cardio, and if you're coming in there looking like Conan of the story, it's not going to help you much. So don't do that. But I am pleased to say that Anthony Joshua has made a stand and he says he wants this fight. I am pleased to say that he is not accepting, or at this moment, he is not accepting step-aside money. And I'm even more pleased to say that it came from the horse's mouth, Anthony Joshua himself. But those are my thoughts. I want to know what you have to say. And as always, please like, please share, and please subscribe.